Hello everybody and welcome to the Phoenix Raceway for the fourth race of our 2004 NR2003 season. Jeff Gordon starts on the pole alongside Dale Earnhardt Jr., two drivers who have struggled to start this season with some tough finishes trying to turn their seasons around. Gordon leads at the jump here as the green is underway, and we are underway here at Phoenix. Gordon in the lead, Jr. and Kevin Harvick fighting for second. Harvick, of course, a great start to this year. Won the Daytona 500 for the second season in a row. Is up there at the top three in the point standings. Here comes Ryan Newman as well. He's had a solid start to the year, top 10 in points. Newman going for second here on Kevin Harvick as Newman looks to back up last season in the championship four. Him, Harvick, and Gordon, your top three right now, were all in the championship four last season. Harvick ended up being the champion over Jeff Gordon. Who will it be this time as Gordon leads the way here in Phoenix? Harvick is second, Newman is third, Rusty Wallace is fourth, Earnhardt is there in fifth, and then you have Johnson in sixth. We got trouble. That is Brendan Gaughan around to the inside wall. He's had a pretty consistently decent start to the year, being inside the playoffs the whole way so far, but Brendan Gaughan gets turned by Kenny Wallace into the inside wall right there. And that number 77 machine having a tough start to the year as you see Kenny Wallace just clips Brendan Gaughan, turns him there to the inside wall, big contact. And Gaughan goes around, bringing out the first caution of the day here in Phoenix for a one-car incident there. Gaughan going around. See back here some three-wide battling. That is Ward Burton, Johnny Benson, and Kenny Wallace. A little aggressive right there, almost wrecking. Contact made between Kenny Wallace and Ward Burton fighting for position. Again, physical back there at the back of the field. But meanwhile, at the front, it is all Jeff Gordon leading the way early here in Phoenix. Now we move on to lap 25. It is Rusty Wallace who's now taking the lead. For his second win in the last three events. Harvick is second, Newman third, Johnson fourth, and then Jarrett in fifth. Now here comes Harvick into turn one. Harvick looking for that race lead. He's not done yet. Harvick wants to go into P1, but Rusty Wallace seems like he'll hold him off. Rusty, of course, top 10 every race so far this season, being very consistent. Shades of 2002 when he won the race season title without winning a race and made it in the playoffs and all the way to the round of 8. See what he can do this time as we look through the pack. Jeff Gordon has no hood. Jeff Gordon's car is destroyed. What has happened to him? There's an incident that we missed. I brought up the caution here. Jeff Gordon must have been involved as the front end of that car is completely destroyed. And Jeff Gordon's hopes of having a good finish today are completely ruined. Meanwhile, back at the front, it is Rusty Wallace, Kevin Harvick taking care of business as Jimmy Johnson clears Dale Jarrett for position number 4 as Johnson starts to work his way up into the mix. Harvick, Newman battling out for second. Two very strong young drivers in this Cup Series, with the crafty veteran Rusty Wallace continuing to show that he means business, leading the way here in Phoenix on lap 27. Out to lap 36. Out of the race now is Todd Bodine and Johnny Sauter. The 30 of Sauter had a very good start to the year. I think he was fourth in points coming into today. That is no longer the case. He will crash out. And Jeff Burton for Roush Racing is leading. That is Jeff Burton's first lap sled of the season. He's had a rough go of it these past couple of seasons. He has not won since 2000. He's on a very, very long winless streak and is looking to break that, but it is no luck for him so far. Meanwhile, Jeff Gordon, still with no hood, stayed out on the racetrack. Currently scored in 6th place. So somehow Jeff Gordon finessing his way into running inside the top 10 by just staying out with all that damage. He is not going to stay there as we move up here into turn 1 and 2. Casey Kane is also damaged. Kane had such a good start to the season last 2 weeks. Some great runs. Of course, runner-up last time out in Las Vegas after leading the most laps. Had led a bunch of laps at Rockingham and unfortunately crashed out. And today already has a lot of damage. Not looking good for Kane, the rookie, early in his third start and his first here at Phoenix Raceway. As the Hendrick teammates duke it out, Jimmy Johnson easily goes right by Jeff Gordon, as will Kurt Busch. They go right on by just fine. Into the corner, there was Jeff Green, head on to the outside wall. A big crash for Jeff Green, Michael Waltrip, and Jeremy Mayfield. They go into the wall hard. See there, Michael Waltrip turns Jeff Green head on to that outside wall. Big hit. Mikey slams into Jeff Green. Jeremy Mayfield gets pounded in the fence as well. All three of these guys have had a tough start to the season, and that will only continue today as Mikey turns Jeff Green up on the track. Head-on hit for the outside wall for Jeff Green. A vicious crash right there. Glad he is okay. At least everyone else scrambling back to get race back to the line here. Cars dodging everywhere, going all over the place. All sorts of chaos happening here at the Phoenix Raceway. As you see, you got Sadler and the 60 Leffler there. Mayfield's in the middle. I mean, look at the damage on that car, but they will continue on just fine. At the front, it is Jeff Burton leading here at Phoenix. Now it is Dale Jr. scores leader. Jeff Gordon's super slow all the way back here on that 40. There's Kurt Busch into the wall. Morgan Shepherd, Kurt Busch, and Casey Kane in the wall. No caution. They somehow save it from turning into a massive accident. But the 89 of Morgan Shepherd got turned by Casey Kane into the door of Kurt Busch. And now the 97 is heavily damaged. He had a good car too. Kurt Busch was running very well today, inside the top 10 for a good chunk of the day. Now is heavily damaged. Is going to be off the pace from that hit into the outside wall and got squeezed by Morgan Shepherd. Kasey Kahne gets even more damage, and his day keeps getting worse as we go on. And it's an unfortunate scenario there for Kurt Busch. The left side of that car completely caved in. Meanwhile, back at the front of the pack, it is Dale Jr. leading Greg Biffle here at Phoenix as Jr. tries to pull away and bring home a stage victory. His first one of the season, really trying to turn the season around. He's had an atrocious start to this season. Lots of DNS, but Jr. leads the way here on lap number 48 at Phoenix. Now on to lap 78. The last lap of stage 1 is Dale Jr. continuing to lead. Jimmy Johnson runs in second. Kevin Harvick runs in third. Earnhardt trying to get some positive momentum going his way to start this year off so he can get his way up into contention. Right now it's a bit of a struggle. He's leading over Johnson, but it's been a tough start to the year. He's trying to turn that around, slowly work his way up the point standings to being in contention for those playoff spots. Let's do the final. Once we wait for Bobby Labonte across the line, which he will. He'll toss the yellow command, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. wins stage 1 here at Phoenix, followed by Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, Rusty Wallace, and Scott Riggs, the top 5. Then you'll have Joe Nemechek in 6th. Then it will be Jeff Burton in 7th, Ryan Newman in 8th, Mark Martin in 9th. Right in your top 10 is Ricky Rudd in the number 21 machine. So at the front is Dale Jr. leading here at Phoenix, and will continue to do so on lap number 85. There's still Jr. leading. Jimmy Johnson running in second. You go simulate the caution. Hold on, the caution is out as we went to simulate. You got to figure out what time it's Kurt Busch is coming out of the pits. It looks like Jason Leffler's number 60. Huge damage. Jeff Gordon also in it. Kyle Petty collected. Let's see what happens. Looks like Jason Leffler gets turned head on the outside wall by Kyle Petty. Big contact. Jeff Gordon squeezed like a sandwich between Leffler and Petty's cars, and Gordon is completely destroyed here. See Kyle Petty around the outside, turns him hard the outside wall for Jason Leffler. Nowhere for Jeff Gordon to go. He's just an instant bystander. Gets collected in that. All 3 of those cars damaged. Kyle Petty might be okay, but I think the other 2 are done. And indeed they are. Leffler and Gordon both out of the race here on lap 110 to get back in the race. Now Brian Vickers, the rookie for Hendrick Motorsports, scored in the race lead. Earnhardt is second. McMurray is fighting Biffle for third. And then Jeff Burton is back in fifth. We got lap cars all over the place here. We got both Evernham lap cars, Brendan Gaughan and Kurt Busch. These leaders have to deal with right now. Vickers and Earnhardt being held up by Billy. Here comes Greg Biffle. A risky 3-wide move to the inside of his teammate Kurt Busch. It works for him. Now Biffle is going to be side by side for the race lead. Here comes Greg Biffle in the second season of Cup Series competition, trying to get the win here away from Vickers, the race lead. Of course, Biffle last season got his first win at Bristol. Vickers almost wrecked Brendan Gaughan right there. Luckily, they saved it. Now 3 wide for the lead. A lap car in the middle, and Biffle takes it. Greg Biffle to the lead for Jack Roush here in Phoenix, and his teammate Jeff Burton drives into second now. Then it is Vickers and Jarrett. Now the caution has come out, and we're back underway on lap 119, and the race has really started to turn to a caution fest here. So lap 119 is Burton leading Johnson, Mears, Wimmer, and Harvick the top 5. As Jeff Burton tries to have his best run of the season and try to break the long winless streak dating back to late 2000. So it's been 3 full seasons he's going down to win. Trying not to go for a 4th. And oh, Kurt Busch gets hit by Kasey Kahne, and the wall goes Kahne. Kurt Busch saves it. No, he's get turned by Kevin LePage. There goes Kurt Busch into Newman. Ward Burton in the wall. Marlin's crashing Kasey Kahne. There are cars going everywhere. Everyone is scouting behind us. And Greg Biffle gets turned head on to the outside wall for Biffle. Big hit. Labonte, McMurray, Dale Jarrett involved. Kenseth, Mayfield. The big one here in Phoenix pops out of nowhere. Biffle, who is just leading, is now destroyed. Labonte, McMurray, who's having a promising run, is damaged. Jarrett, Mayfield, Matt Kenseth, who is running good as well. All those guys completely destroyed here from this big pileup, which actually starts with Kurt Busch and Kasey Kahne getting into each other, and then 3 separate wrecks branch off from that, causing a whole bunch of cars to be damaged. You see what happens right here. They're 3 wide. Wimmer, Kahne, and Kurt Busch. Kahne turns Kurt Busch. Somehow Wimmer avoids contact. Kasey Kahne goes to the outside wall. Kurt Busch saves it. Sterling Marlin lifts it out of the way. And then Kevin LePage turns Kurt Busch directly up the racetrack into Ryan Newman, who hits him right up into the 0 of Ward Burton. Then up there, Marlin turns Kasey Kahne to the wall. They're sliding. Somehow Sterling doesn't get hit by anybody. I think he gets clipped by Johnny Benson. He does. And then here, Matt Kenseth goes down the track, and he gets clipped by Stewart, and then turns his teammate Biffle head on the outside wall, cleaning out Bobby Labonte in the process. Then nowhere for McMurray and Jarrett to go. They pile right into the nose of the 18. Jeremy Mayfield gets sent slamming to the inside wall. Sadler, Terry Labonte all trying to check him and avoid it. They get damaged, as does Roller Skater Boy in the 89 there, Morgan Shepherd. But a disastrous start to the race for a ton of drivers here as Kurt Busch Going up there with Casey Kane in the wall. Then Kurt Busch goes down the track, gets wiped out by Kevin LePage, cleans out Ward Burton and Newman. Then Sterling Marlin turns Casey Kane in the wall. And then Matt Kenseth gets turned from the top by Morgan Shepherd into his teammate Bivol, who goes head on to the outside wall. A hard hit collects Bobby Labonte, who cleans out McMurray, Jarrett, and Mayfield. And everyone else just piling in, innocent bystanders, in a huge crash here at Phoenix to bring out the caution once again. So now down to 28 cars in the race, lap 136. Jimmy Johnson now leading. Kevin Harvick is second, Newman third, Craven fourth, and Rusty Wallace is fifth. That is, oh my god, I think that's the 5 of Terry Labonte out of the race. As is that Jeff Burton? I think that I see that correctly. Does that mean Jeff Burton, the 99, is out of this race? I don't think so, but if he is, man, that's big. Oh, we got smoke up ahead. There's problems. That's Brendan Gaughan into the outside wall. Another incident here at Phoenix as the chaos continues today. What is happening? I see it down the backstretch here. Ryan Newman clips Brendan Gaughan, turns Brendan Gaughan completely 360 around into the wall. He saves it. Caution goes down nonetheless, but what a save by Brendan Gaughan. Not completely wiping out half the field right there. Him and Newman did a whale job. Oh, and there goes Kyle Petty to the outside wall. Petty gets turned, and Jeff Burton is still in there. So then got Neiman checking the wall. Cars going everywhere. Oh my goodness. What is going on? All hell is breaking loose here in Phoenix. It has been one of those wild races. Johnson leading Harvick. They continue to lead each other in lap 144. It's still Johnson first, Harvick second. Johnson's been one of the best cars all day long. So is Harvick. They seem to be the two who might be fighting for the win today, as well as Earnhardt and the Penske guys. Those are the guys who I think are the best cars all day long. Johnson continuing to lead Harvick. And cautions out on the racetrack. Big damage for Steve Park and Tony Stewart. Dale Jarrett, Craven. That is Ward Burton also involved. Craven took a head-on impact in that outside wall. That's another head-on hit. We've seen Dale Jarrett so completely destroyed from slamming Tony Stewart right there. Tons of damage being sustained by these drivers today. I see Ricky Craven gets in the back bumper of the 7 of Steve Park, turns him right down into Ward Burton. Into the wall they both go, and then Tony Stewart clips Park right back down into Craven, who goes head on the outside wall. Stewart gets squeezed in all the middle of that, and then Stewart gets slammed by Dale Jarrett, who has nowhere to go, and Jarrett is definitely done for the day. The 88 car not going to be able to continue, but see Steve Park right hooked by Craven into Ward Burton and triggers this multi-car crash here mid-stage 2 as we're getting close to the end of the stage, but this has been one wild race. And now Scott Riggs cycles back out into the lead here on lap 158. Scott Wimmer is second, Earnhardt, Harvick third and fourth, and Sadler somehow in fifth with all the damage on the front of that car. But how about Scott Riggs leading some laps here in Phoenix? He has had some very strong runs to start this season and is currently in the playoffs. Trying to bring that number 10 car back to prominence. Of course, Johnny Benson ran real well in 01 and 02 with that car. Kind of fell off there at 03, but did have a win at the end of the season there. So Benson carried very good runs with that number 10 car. Kurt Busch going to get passed here by Kevin Harvick. Benson continuing to lead the way here as we look through the field here. So Benson leading Wimmer and Dale Jr. here. On lap 160, caution. Caution out on the racetrack. I think I saw the caution lights flashing, so I believe we do have a caution. Indeed, that is the case. Brian Vickers has gone around, the rookie who's had a very good start to the season. Not going to continue here as you see Brian Vickers is going to get turned here by Johnny Benson down the front stretch right up into the outside wall and collect Kevin LePage, who only gets very minor damage. But Vickers, single car spin, brings out the caution down to lap 189. Ryan Newman is leading here on the last lap of stage 2 here at Phoenix on lap 190. Newman looking to get his second stage win of the season. Harvick lurking back in second has been so strong all day long. Him and Newman basically been inside the top 5 all day. 2 of your top contenders, Johnson third, Earnhardt fourth. These are the guys you expect to be running at the front. These are the guys who've been the best all day long. So far so good in that department. Is ready for Johnny Benson to cross the line, and he does. So it's going to be Ryan Newman coming down this front straightaway, and Newman will win stage 2 at Phoenix. Harvick is second. Johnson will come home to hold off Earnhardt here. Johnson will be third, Dale Jr. fourth. Then it will be Scott Wimmer in fifth, Joe Nemechek in sixth, Brendan Gaughan 7th, Jeff Burton 8th, Matt Kenseth has been passed. So that should be Scott Riggs 9th, and Casey Mears gets the last stage point away from Matt Kenseth. So it is Newman, your stage 2 winner now on the lap 258. Harvick is leading, and now out of the race is Jimmy Johnson, Dale Jr., Joe Nemechek, Brendan Gaughan, Tony Stewart, and Casey Kane. And from a massive accident that we have missed, leaving only 22 in the race, Dale Jr., Jimmy Johnson, 2 of the best cars all day long, out of this race. and you hate to see it as Dale Jr.'s tough start to the season continues, but both guys are a lot better. Now on to 2 laps to go in Phoenix. It is Kevin Harvick continuing to lead, and looking to get his first win at the Phoenix Raceway and his second win of the season, backing up that Daytona 500 victory a few episodes ago. And now Harvick, that championship defense is very strong to start 2004 here. Harvick looking to go back-to-back championships here as he's going to take care of business, looks like, here in Phoenix. A track that he is very good at, as now the white flag in the air. Final laps are coming back at Phoenix for Kevin Harvick. About to get win number 2 on the season and career win number 5, as he had 2 last season and 1 in 2001. So Harvick trying to get his 5th career win number 2 of the season. Ricky Craven into the wall goes Harvick. Oh my goodness, Harvick into the wall. What is he doing? Almost throwing away the win in the final corners. Oh my goodness, give me a heart attack right there. Harvick almost crashes out, but he's got 5 seconds on Scott Riggs, and back to the line. Kevin Harvick will win at Phoenix, his 2nd win of the season. And your runner-up for a career best finish is Scott Riggs. 3rd place will be the 6th of Mark Martin, continuing a streak of good finishes. Brian Vickers, the rookie, in 4th. Great run for him. Rusty Wallace shows your top 5, keeps the top 10 streak alive. Mears in 6th. So great run for Casey Mears there. Kyle Petty in 7th. Tony Raines in 8th. Then it is the Zero Machine of Ward Burton in 9th. Rounding out your top 10 is the 09 of Johnny Benson. So your top 10 there, but Kevin Harvick is the 2nd win of the season, his 1st of his career at the Phoenix Raceway here in 2004 today. So Harvick is a 2-time winner this season and will be our first multi-time winner this season. We'll see if we can get to the amount of winners we had last season, which was exactly 16 playoff eligible. And now you see the race results on the left side of your screen, the long list of DNFs. And you'll see the updated playoff grid momentarily. And now you're at the playoff grid. Of course, Kevin Harvick shoots up to the top of the board with 2 wins now, trumping Rusty Wallace and Casey Mears. Ryan Newman, Brian Vickers, Scott Riggs, Joe Nemechek, Jimmy Johnson. Great starts to the season, all pretty comfortable above the cut line at the moment. Matt Kenseth, Brendan Gaughan, still looking pretty good at more than 20 of the good. Then you got the tight range there. Tony Raines currently in, as well as Johnny Benson, Johnny Sauter, Mark Martin, Ricky Rudd, and Tony Stewart. The first 5 drivers below the cut line being Kurt Busch, Bobby Labonte, Ward Burton, Kyle Petty, and Ricky Craven. So until the next episode at the California Speedway, I hope you all have a good one.